Hi, Mike Maynard here from the Maynard Collection. One of the questions that I get asked a lot from people is, how did you start? Why perfume? Why fragrance? Like, what is it? What drove you to doing a perfume company? Well, for me, I love fragrance. Like, I literally love it. I love when I smell good. I love when I walk into the room and the whole room is filled with what I'm wearing. I just love that. If you're somebody like that and you've thought of, actually, I wouldn't mind having my own fragrance, but you're just not sure where to start, I can definitely help. One of the things that I do, I create fragrances for large corporate companies so that they can put in the air ducts and in their lobbies and that type of stuff. But I also make fragrances for people like you who may have thought about it but just not sure where to start. So keep watching and I'll show you it's easier than you think. So step one, you've decided you want to make a fragrance and you're just quite not sure what kind of scent you want. So the first thing, we need to get some notes or to understand what you like. We can either do that by looking at one of your favourite perfumes or aftershaves, and we can kind of use those as a base, or we can start by using the essential oils. Now the good thing about the essential oils are there's an oil for everything, and I mean you can get even pepper oil, not that you want that in a fragrance, but you can get anything. So we can look at some favourite scents and kind of get an idea of exactly what you want. And once we've got your scent, once we've started to mix it and we've gone back and forward a little bit, we'll create your sample. So you'll now have your fragrance which will be unique to you and nowhere in the world, unless they've kind of got into your brain and they're the same as you, has got the same fragrance as you. So step one is to decide and create a sample. So step one takes a couple of months because we want to make sure that we get your fragrance right. Once we've got your fragrance and we know what it smells like, we need to start to build on the type of bottle that you want. Now, when it comes to bottling, there are endless types of bottles. So we'll work with you to make sure that it represents the smell or the scent that you've just developed. Now, you could have anything like this, which is quite unique, a diamond-shaped bottle, depending on what you're launching. We've got the more traditional, a bit more luxurious. We do anything from 30 mils. We do the sleek designs, haven't got enough hands. And we also, depending on your market, we could put your fragrance in a diffuser. So that's one of the things that you could also move into. So there are thousands of variations of bottles, but we'll work with you to get the right bottle so that your perfume or aftershave fragrance shines. So once we've got your perfume sampled, we know what it smells like, we've got the bottle in, now we work on the packaging. So this is how you sell, what house that your perfume comes in. There are, again, so many different variations of boxes, but we'll work with you one-to-one to make sure that the box also reflects what you're trying to achieve. Now, there are just some examples. If you were going wholesale, you might have something like that. Nothing pretty, but at the end of the day, you're selling on large masses, so we can supply these sort of aluminium canisters. Then we've got more the typical type bottle and boxes that you'd expect. Typical cardboard box. Again, the fragrance would be in a box like that. Or we can go with something a bit more bespoke, depending on where you're selling it. Branding on the front, the box or the perfume would stand inside the box and the box goes like that. But again, there are endless options, but we'd work with you to make sure the boxing is perfect. So that when you're ready to launch your fragrance and everybody gets it, the wow factor is definitely there. So step 4, and even though this is step 4, this is something that we'd obviously started before because it's really key that we get the right branding for your product. Now our customers range from really small customers, one-man bands, nothing wrong with that, up into multinational hotels. And one thing that we've learned is that the branding is extremely important. So we start these conversations early, and even though it's step 4, we make sure that whatever we come up with as a branding, we work with you, it flows throughout the production of your product, the boxing, the packaging, the logos, all of that says what you want to say through your brand. And then we look at the market that you're going to sell it to. So again, depending on who your customer is, we work to make sure that the branding reflects the group that you're trying to target, or it's an attractive offer to them. Because we want to hit the ground running. We want you to have sales from day one. So branding is really, really key. Step 5 is the launch. Now, depending on what we've discussed and where you want to launch and the market that you're launching into, we will get your product onto the market. You might start low key. You might just say, do you know what, I'll get enough boxes and I'll start with selling friends and family. Nothing wrong with that, and you'll see where it grows. Other people want to go big and they want to launch on a bigger scale. Like, it's entirely up to you. Our job is to work with you that your product is launched in the best way manner. We've done anything from launching in restaurants in the middle of Dubai to, just to one-man bands, people that just want 50 boxes to kind of sell to friends. It's entirely up to you. But we'll make sure that the launch goes in a seamless manner, and then we'll track the progress along. So that when you're ready to expand or to order more, you've got a good target audience who are engaged with you. And along with the launch comes the things like websites and all of those, socials, all of those things that we can help you with, or you can do yourself. But the key is using these 5 steps from where you are now to getting a product on the market. Finally, let me just end with this. The fragrance market is a 40 billion market worldwide. Like, it's massive. And it's projected to grow up to 70 million in the next 7 years. I mean, the growth on this industry is amazing. Do you know why? Because there is a power in scent. People love what scent does to them. It's the strongest sense that we have on our body. It makes us remember the most things. So if you want to be part of that market, if you want your own fragrance, and you want a share of that 70 billion pounds, let us help you create a fragrance that's only going to help you and push you further. Take care. Bye-bye.